It is Ranky Tanky here in Studio B. I'm Martin Anderson. Live Studio B sessions are brought to you by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. Welcome, Ranky Tanky. Let's get rolling. Let's hear something.
Stand Hey, yeah, yeah. Oh Lord, stand by me.
That is Ranky Tanky live here in Studio B on WNCW on a Monday morning. Now, this is the right way to start a work week. Thank you. Thank you all for coming in, sounding so great. Vocalist here is Kiana, is it Parlor?
Uh-huh.
Or is it, it's not Parlay?
No, it's
Kiana?
Parlor.
Kiana Parlor. You're from Charleston?
I'm from Charleston, South Carolina.
Right on.
Yes.
And all of you are from South Carolina. Charlton Singleton did the great trumpet work there.
Thank you.
And all of you are just sounding so great. Been looking forward to having you guys come in here. First, why don't we start with the history of the band, which at its roots, Charleston, you were one of the founding members with a jazz band. And why don't you kind of start off with the history with Kevin here and Quentin, right?
Well, yeah. So I guess the short story is, even though this band has been around for, I guess, about 6 years or so now, we've all known each other for, actually, it's getting close to, 30 years now or something like that. And we've played together in a bunch of different configurations over the years, dating back to mid-90s, 94 or something like that. Clay on guitar, Kevin on bass, Quentin on drums, and myself on trumpet. We had a little jazz quartet in the early 2000s, like 99, 2000, something like that. And we would play around town, we played around town. We had a weekly gig that was very popular, and we would do jazz standards and some of our original material. Kiana was out on the road, traveling all over the world, and just running her own band and things like that. And then fast forward to somewhere around 2015 or 2016, everybody was kind of doing their own thing and was still kept in contact in different configurations, here and there. But Clay had been out on the road with all of these world music groups and playing all these festivals, and he basically came back and said, all of these folks are out there doing, music of their country or their state or their region or whatever, and no one's really doing a contemporary sort of assessment of Gullah, which is the music from where we're from. Why not us? And so we thought we'd give it a shot, and we did, and put out a new record, or put out our debut record in 2017, and then we put out Good Time in 2019, and the rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history. so Clay, you get the credit for bringing in the Gullah and maybe and bringing that element to it, because you guys were doing jazz, more or less jazz. Gradual Lean was the band?
Yeah,
right?
Gradual Lean, and we were, doing our thing. You know, it's just, Gullah is just who we are.
Yeah,
and so
everybody. I mean, this. I'm the disciple of the music, and these guys. Everybody in this group is a descendant of Gullah culture. Gullah is. I mean, Charlton could speak more deeply about it, but it's a culture. It's a people from the Low Country, and so in our music, I mean, it was really just the idea that I saw a lot of music that was representing different regions of the world, different parts of the world, playing lots of world music festivals, as Charlton said. And I did, see that we had a really strong friendship and musical history together that we had an opportunity to build on. And I think, the idea of us playing the Gullah music that, everybody grew up singing and hearing in church. And even though I'm not a descendant, I grew up hearing that music, and it's all over the culture of the South. When I came originally with the idea to the guys, they were kind of like, "Whoa, I don't know, why would we do that? What's interesting about that?" And but soon, everybody, as we started to kind of shape it in an original, really contemporary way, and everybody understood I didn't intend to create like a sort of period reenactment in any way of what that music was, and that has been done in a lot of contexts. And so what we wanted to do is create something really unique, and that we could really express ourselves and be creative musicians inside of. So I think that's what we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, that's exactly what you've been doing for sure. And it might be, I don't know, not a challenge, but it might be an interesting observation for folks new to Ranky Tanky to get to know what elements of your sound are uniquely of the Gullah tradition in South Carolina, and what is No, just a really good jazz and R&B contemporary
Well,
band.
those two genres that you just mentioned, Gullah is an informant to that.
Right.
Gullah dates way back before we had any jazz or what we think of as jazz or gospel, folk, rock and roll, any of those things. And you can clearly, if you listen carefully, you can clearly hear the Gullah influence in all of those styles of music. And there are a lot of very prominent musicians and bands and artists that have utilized, a lot of the music and rhythms and just a whole bunch of things from the Gullah culture into what they are doing. So when people listen to us, they say, "Oh, that sounds like something jazzy," or "Oh, that sounds like something that we heard at church," or "Oh, that sounds like something that I heard at 4-H camp," or "Oh, that sounds like something that I heard on a blues gig," or something like that. That's because Gullah is all up in all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. For those that don't know, Gullah is the culture of the South Carolina and Georgia Sea Islands, the West African folks brought over enslaved, and then their descendants, they've perpetuated the culture they brought over, and it became Gullah, right? So the dialect is prominent, and then, of course, the musical
So many
aspect,
things.
spirituality.
Gullah, there's the dialect, there's food, there's
Yeah.
arts and crafts, there's a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have probably come into contact with them over their lives, but probably just didn't know that the root of it was Gullah.
I would love to dive into all those aspects of it, especially the food part.